Hello, everybody. Obviously, we're here to celebrate the union of Mike and Priya. So, hopefully, everybody's here and giving them best wishes. So, I'm Orlando. I've known Mike for a little over 8 years. We met at Shopfire Film Society. We were both fellow film buffs, and he had founded a group at the University of Maryland that I wanted to be a part of. So, I just came and we clicked instantly. So. Over the years, hung out countless times and didn't really have any emergency situations until we went to LA. It wasn't anything too bad, just a shortage of cash, but I had his back, and a few years later, he had an issue with a tooth that he had to get extracted, and he's like, do you have some cash? I was like, yeah, of course. He's since repaid it in full, and then some. But from not too long into our friendship, I knew that he was somebody worth being there for, and I think everybody who's met him can agree, including Priya. I hope he feels the same way about me. So, we both bonded over cinema. Sometimes we agree completely, sometimes we fight like cats and dogs. We're an old married couple. But one thing we know that is universal is that the mark of a great director, filmmaker, whatever, is a signature style. They call them auteurs. So, of all the friends I have, to me, he's one of the greatest auteurs out there. And a great auteur has a cinematic muse that they always go back to time and time again. And I'm just glad that my brother, Mike, in all but blood, has found his cinematic muse in Priya. So I want to wish them the best of luck on their life together. So, love you both.
Andrew!
I'm Andrew. I've known Mike for 10 years, and here's how he introduced himself to me via email in 2009 as my undergraduate mentor. Yo, my name's Mike. I'm from Baltimore, Maryland, and I'm Puerto Rican. I'm obsessed with French New Wave cinema. I enjoy theater too, though I've never acted. I enjoy sci-fi, but I'm not that into comic books. I blog mainly about films and filmmaking. Quentin Tarantino is one of my favorite nerds. But I also write about, pardon my language, dumb shit. Don't be afraid of your RA. He's a quirky little dude named Sam Nassau who loves baseball, magic tricks, and the Marx Brothers. He's a good friend and a pushover. If you think that the mentor thing's BS, I totally understand, and we can sever our ties right here, amicably, of course. Well, we didn't sever ties. I forced him to act in my production of Macbeth. He fell off his Shakespeare game shortly thereafter. Coincidence, I hope. We both soured hard on Tarantino. I got him hooked on comic books, and we still chat about dumb shit.
Dumb shit.
I also learned about his astonishing drive and creativity. He dives headfirst into forging new projects and learning new skills, even if he bitches and moans about them the whole time. Marriage is another awesome project, and Mike and Priya make a great team. I will leave Mike with a few more of his first words to me. Contact me if you have any questions. I know there's not really much to ask, and there's not really much I can tell you, but that's what I'm here for. Congratulations.
Hey everyone, I am the pushover. Alright. You are! Sam Nassau. Mike was actually, Andrew didn't mention this, I thought you might. Mike was Andrew's best man, and Mike was the best man at my wedding when I got married. a little under 2 months ago. I actually told my sister that I was going to give a speech, and she suggested that I give you both some marriage advice, because I'm an expert now that I am married. Like I said, Mike was the best man at my wedding. He was the best man at Andrew's wedding. It honestly would not surprise me. I don't think it would surprise any of us if he was the best man at more weddings. Because his friendship is just something that we all really, truly value. I've been friends with Mike since almost literally the day after I graduated high school. The guy I knew in college read more books than anyone else. He had seen more movies than anyone else I knew. He read Shakespeare because he liked it, not because he was assigned it. He started our film club. What I'm getting at is that I think all of us, I know I keep speaking for all of us, I'm speaking for me too. I think I appreciate having someone in my life like Mike who's smarter than me, funnier than me, and let's face it, nerdier than me. Mike likes to play it cool and pretend that I'm the nerdy pushover.
You are.
But can we revisit the Shakespeare thing? Mike also loves American hero Nicolas Cage.
Yes.
And Howard the Duck, who's from Duck World. I had to look this up. It's on Earth 791021, a planet in another universe almost identical to Earth, but inhabited by anthropomorphic waterfowl and poultry. He also really liked Jon Snow, but before everybody else. Priya, I know you get to enjoy both Mike's brilliance and his nerdiness. You get to live with him, and I hope you occasionally get to live on Earth 791021. This is my marriage advice. Marry your best friend.
Aww.
I'm lucky I married my best friend, and I'm lucky that I got to be best friends with Mike for a little while before he met you. I love you both. I love you as a couple. And here's to your wedding and to your marriage.
For you, bro. But
I'll tell you later.
so yeah, my name is Chris, and I've known Mike since the 2nd grade. If you would have told me all those years ago that this guy would have his well-deserved PhD, I would have laughed in your face, because this man got straight Fs. Straight Fs, not even lying. I swear to God, this was the speech every time report card season came around. He said, "Dog, I'll see you in a couple weeks, because Mom's about to ground me." And we both know Mom's didn't play. She grounded that ass real proper, son. You know she did. You know she did. You know she did, bro. But,
Straight abs.
you did get straight Fs, bro. All the time, yeah. But yeah, so like, after that, right, around 11th grade, maybe Mike will tell you guys later, because I've never figured it out, but something clicked, and he got dead serious about college, about life, about everything. As serious as you can get at 17 years old. But I think in a way he inspired all of us, all the Baltimore boys, to get our act together, to get our grades up, to start thinking about college and wanting more out of life than, than we want. We wanted to leave Lansdowne, right?
Yeah.
And I think we did, bro. I think we did. And so, with all that, Mike, you're a brother to me. Anything you need, I'm there for you. So allow me to officially welcome Priya and to our wacky Lansdowne, pants down family. And we love you. For both of you guys, whatever you guys need, Priya, call me. Doesn't matter time, doesn't matter place, I'll be there. And to end it with one of my favorite quotes, I'm gonna say, I don't have friends, I have family. Hey Mike, could you do me a favor, stand up real quick?
Okay.
Take those shoes off, let's do it how we used to do it at Mom and Duke's house.
Let's do it, Cheryl! Steal his
stuff, bro. Terrance?
My best friend, no less.
Really, like, you need to catch some of these people. My name is Terrance Wooten, and you need to know my last name for reasons unknown. I'm a professor, and so I teach and talk in front of people all the time. I just got exceptionally nervous, which reminds me of when Mike asked me if I wanted to give a speech at his wedding, which was a really weird way of asking someone to give a speech at their wedding. I got super nervous, so I did the thing that millennials do, is I Googled how to give a speech at a wedding. And so how to says there's a few things. One, you should write it well in advance, which I did. Practice, not so much. Bring notes, totally left them in California. But then it said to be sentimental and speak from the heart. And these are two things I'm really, really bad at, which is originally why I decided Mike and I were going to be friends, because we met at a admitted student visit at University of Maryland, in quotes, because he was already there. And so he was admitted to the PhD program. And the idea is that you're kind of auditioning, both to decide if you want to be in the program, if the program really, really wants you, and usually it's connected to funding. And Mike sort of just sauntered into the graduate lounge with his forever stuck on his head baseball cap. And was hugely disinterested in talking to anyone. And he looked like he could not be bothered. And I decided, we're gonna be best friends. And so then it became a mission for Mike to become my friend. And then I decided, much later, I can't remember the timeline, but we were in Baltimore at nighttime hunting down a sister, maybe in the room, but we don't know, who was bar hopping. And we could not find her, who had the keys. So we were sitting on the sidewalk after getting kicked out of a bar by the bouncer, because Mike was about that life apparently. And so we're sitting there, we're kind of stranded, maybe not in our best state of mind, our phones are dying, and we had a 3-hour conversation, and that's when I decided that Mike was gonna be the brother that I've never had. Which is to say, I have a brother, he's just trash. This is being recorded and everything. And so the last line in the how to write a speech was to make sure that you thank people. And I think that so I decided that this is what I want to end and lead with, really. Because I've learned so much from Mike, even though I graduated before him. He has taught me so much how to be a friend, a colleague, an intellectual, a teacher. But he's also taught me the value of family and community. And so while we praise Mike for his greatness and we talk trash about him to and behind his back,
To his back and behind.
yeah, Mike wouldn't be Mike if it wasn't for the people in this room. And so it's, Rome wasn't built in a day, it takes a village. And so my deep appreciation for Mike is also a deep appreciation to the people in here who have built Mike the way that he is, to his parents, to his siblings, to his cousins, and to his friends. I have known Mike the least amount of time out of all of you all, and I feel like I've inherited the joy, the work, because I know it's been work, that you have poured into him. And Priya, you took on the biggest challenge and the greatest task. So your challenge, which you've done remarkably well, is to keep him in line. The task is to match him in spirit, in intellect, in drive, and in commitment. And you have demonstrated, bar none, that you are up for this challenge. And I would assume that you were built by the people in this room that I've not had the pleasure of meeting. And so I want to thank you all for building Priya in a way that she was meant to be, in my mind, the partner for who I've decided is my little brother. Whether you like him or not. I was gonna drop the mic, but this is heavy, and they actually break in real life apparently. So I had planned this whole mic drop thing, and then I thought I can't afford this. But if you all could raise your glass.
Raise your glass.
Cheers to Mike and Priya. May your world be full of love and joy and prosperity. And all the wine in the world. And most of all, laughter. I have never laughed I've argued a lot with Mike, but I've never laughed so much with Mike. And it's a laughter that comes from a deep place, and only so many people can bring it out of me. I don't do sentimental. I decided to do sentimental for you because you transform people.
Transform.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Cheers! All right, salud.
The last one?
Next